Hello, welcome to our channel. We're glad you joined us today. We hope you will enjoy our journey into the story of Ballad of a Small Player. If this piece of work inspires you, then please like this video, subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification bell, and share it with your family and friends. Your support truly encourages us to work on more cinematic expeditions. Now, imagine a man who has run so far from his past that he no longer knows where the road ends. A man who once lived a life of power and privilege, now wandering through the neon-soaked nights of hiding behind smoke-filled casinos and the shuffle of cards, hoping the universe won't recognize him. A gambler, a fugitive, a ghost of the man he used to be. And yet, in this shadowy maze of desperation, something unexpected happens. He meets someone who changes everything. Someone who may be an angel, or a warning, or perhaps a reflection of his own broken soul. This is Ballad of a Small Player, a story where every bet feels like a confession, every loss feels like a punishment, and every moment of hope slips through fingers like grains of sand. It's a world where reality blurs with illusion, where love might be a miracle or a mirage, and where fate waits patiently for the final card to fall. In this video, we're going to unravel the mystery layer by layer. We'll explore who Doyle really is, why he ran, what he's searching for in the glittering darkness of and how his encounter with a mysterious young woman pulls him deeper into a place where luck, guilt, and destiny collide. So sit back, relax, and let the neon lights guide you as we dive into one of Netflix's most haunting and atmospheric dramas. This is more than a story about gambling, it's a story about running from yourself and what happens when your past finally catches up. Let's begin. Doyle is the kind of man whose footsteps echo long after he has passed. Not because he is important, but because he is running from something he cannot outrun himself. Once a highly respected British lawyer, Doyle lived a life wrapped in silk. Private clubs, luxury hotels, wealthy clients, and the silent privileges of old money. But beneath all that refinement was a rot he carefully hid. He handled the finances of the extremely wealthy, advising them, guiding them, and eventually stealing from them. One mistake led to another, and soon his entire world rested on a fragile tower of lies. When the structure finally collapsed, Doyle didn't wait for justice. He vanished before anyone could drag him into a courtroom. Now he wanders the crowded casinos of Macau, a fugitive disguised as a gambler. He moves through the neon-lit nights like a man who has nothing except the illusion of one more chance. His clothes look expensive, but worn. His eyes tired, but hungry. He has developed a routine. Find a small hotel, sleep badly, wake up with guilt in his throat, then head straight to the casino floor. He sips cheap whiskey, listens to the noise of the slot machines, and convinces himself that today might be the day the universe gives him a break. But the universe has run out of generosity for Doyle. His gambling addiction is not just a habitat, is his escape, his punishment, his way of feeling alive. Every bet he places is like reopening a wound, and every loss is a reminder of the lives he destroyed. This broken man, drifting through casinos like a shadow, is the center of our story, a man searching for redemption in a place where redemption rarely exists. Macau is not just a city, it's a living organism that feeds on desperation, glitter, and hope. When Doyle steps into the gaming floors, he enters a different universe. The humidity hugs his skin the moment he leaves his hotel. The smell of street food mixes with cigarette smoke, and neon signs flicker like warnings from the heavens. The casinos rise like golden temples dedicated to chance. People from every corner of the world gather inside, all believing luck will smile at them tonight. Doyle knows every corner of these places. He knows which dealers smile too much, which regulars smell of cheap cologne, and which tables feel cursed. He drifts from blackjack to baccarat, from roulette to the silent, intimidating corners where high rollers whisper to themselves. His presence is familiar, but forgettable, just another man trying to win enough to survive the next 24 hours. He tries to convince himself that the reason he's still here is strategy, but deep down, he knows it's addiction. He no longer gambles to win. He gambles because losing feels like the only thing he deserves. The casinos of Macau don't just take your money. They take your time, your sanity, your sense of reality. Lights without windows. Air conditioning without seasons. Music without silence. Doyle is trapped in a world where night and day no longer matter. As he moves through the crowd, he senses something heavy in the air as if fate watches him from a distance, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Doyle's life has condensed into a cycle. Gamble, lose, survive, repeat. But tonight feels different. There's a tension in the air, a shadow that follows him. Little does he know that this casino-drenched world is about to collide with something or someone he never expected. Her name is Lone, and she appears in Doyle's life the way a ghost appears in an old folktale quite suddenly, and with a sense of familiarity he cannot explain. He first notices her at a casino table, not because she wins or loses, but because she watches him with calm, unreadable eyes, while everyone else in the building moves like frantic waves. She sits still, like a stone in the river. There's something about her, something gentle yet unsettling, that pulls Doyle toward her. Their first conversation is simple, almost trivial. She comments on the way he bets, telling him softly, "You're playing like a man who isn't afraid to lose." Doyle laughs, but it's a hollow sound. He tries to brush off her comment, but her eyes linger, as if she sees through the mask he desperately keeps intact. The more she speaks, the more he realizes she knows things she shouldn't. Small details about his habits, the way he carries himself, even the exhaustion in his voice. Is she a psychic? A tourist? A trick of his tired mind? Doyle can't tell. All he knows is that she brings a strange calmness to the chaos around him. Lone becomes an unexpected companion, appearing beside him at tables, walking with him through the glowing streets, asking questions that feel too deep for a stranger. She listens without judging, speaks without fear, and watches him like someone who has been waiting for him long before they met. But there was something else, a veil of mystery surrounding her. She seems to know Macau more intimately than someone her age should. She moves through crowds like she belongs to both this world and another, and as Doyle spends more time with her, he begins to wonder, is she here to save him, or to guide him toward something far darker? Doyle's past is not just a memory, it is a shadow that follows him into every room. Whenever he sits alone in a quiet corner, the flashbacks strike like uninvited guests. He remembers polished offices, mahogany desks, and clients whose wealth could buy cities. He remembers earning their trust, handling their fortunes, and slowly, secretly siphoning money from accounts he believed no one would miss. It started small, tiny amounts, hidden like dust under a rug. But greed grows like weeds, and soon Doyle found himself taking more than he could ever justify. Then there was Hertha, wealthy woman whose life he destroyed. She trusted him completely, treating him almost like family. Her inheritance, her savings, her future, all of it slipped through her fingers because of him. When she discovered the truth, the betrayal shattered her. Doyle ran before he could face her eyes again. He never heard what became of her, but the guilt has never stopped whispering in his ears. In Macau, he hopes the noise of casinos will drown out these memories, but they creep back in the quiet moments. The flashbacks come with specific details. Her voice echoing in the hallway, the moment he forged a signature, the trembling in his hands when he booked a one-way flight out of the country. He remembers the headlines, the investigation, the outrage, the sentence he avoided. Lone's questions bring these memories closer to the surface. She asks him about England, his work, his past life. Doyle lies at first, but she sees the cracks. When she gently asks, "What are you running from?" Doyle has no answer. The past becomes a silent character in the story, haunting him, suffocating him, and waiting for the moment he finally stops running. The deeper Doyle falls into Lone's company, the deeper he spirals back into the casinos. Nights stretch endlessly as he moves from table to table, chasing something he cannot name. Lone sits beside him sometimes, watching like a guardian, other times like an omen. She tells him when to stop, but he never listens. Addiction has its own language, and Doyle speaks it fluently. The casino becomes a battlefield where Doyle fights against fate with money he barely has. He borrows, gambles, loses, repeats. His hands tremble when he bets large amounts. His heartbeat races louder than the casino music. Lone warns him softly, luck doesn't belong to anyone. But Doyle is desperate. He believes that one big win will fix everything: his debts, his fear, his future. There's a night when everything feels strangely aligned. Doyle sits at a high-stakes baccarat table. Lone watches him closely, almost nervously. He places a risky bet, and against all odds he wins. A small victory at first, then another, then another. His confidence swells, and for the first time in years, he feels alive. The crowd leans in, whispering. Doyle smiles like a man who has cheated destiny. But the universe always collects its debt. The more he wins, the more reckless he becomes. Lone tells him to walk away, but Doyle ignores her. He raises the stakes again, and the cards change. Everything turns against him. His lucky streak dissolves instantly. Doyle tries to recover, placing bet after bet, but each loss only digs him deeper. By sunrise, the winnings are gone. Doyle sits at the table shaking, broke once again. Lone stands behind him like a silent angel of mercy or judgment. And in that dim, early morning light, Doyle realizes he has crossed an invisible line he cannot return from. Something begins to shift inside Doyle after his devastating loss. It is not clarity. He's still drowning in bad decisions, but a slow, creeping paranoia. He becomes convinced that people are watching him. He noted his faces in the casino crowd staring too long. He thinks he hears his name whispered behind him. Every taxi driver feels suspicious. Every knock on his hotel door makes his heartbeat spike. Has someone discovered who he truly is? Or is the guilt finally breaking him? Lone seems concerned as well, though she doesn't say it directly. She stays closer than before, walking beside him through crowded streets, guiding him away from shady corners. She doesn't push him to gamble anymore. Instead, she tries to lead him toward quiet places, empty beaches, dim cafes. There's a softness in her presence now, something almost protective. Their connection deepens. Doyle finds himself confessing fragments of his past, not the full truth yet, but enough for Lone to understand he carries more pain than he shows. She listens with an expression that is neither pity nor judgment, just understanding. He feels safe around her, but also unsettled. Who is she really? Why does she appear at the exact moments he needs her? One night as the city glows behind them, Lone tells Doyle, "You can't run forever. Your past will find you." Her voice is gentle but sharp, like a blade wrapped in silk. Doyle shivers. Her words feel too precise, too prophetic. His paranoia intensifies. He starts packing his belongings, planning to leave Macau altogether. But Lone stops him. She tells him he must face what he fears, or he will never escape it. Doyle looks into her eyes and sees something he cannot explain: sadness, and a truth he's not ready to understand. This is the turning point. The moment Doyle realizes he's not just running from the law, he's running from himself. Doyle's downfall doesn't arrive steadily, it creeps slowly, tightening around him like a rope. His money is nearly gone, his credit line's exhausted, and his body is starting to betray him. The stress, the sleepless nights, the constant drinking, it all catches up at once. One morning, Doyle wakes feeling sick, feverish, trembling. He tries to stand but collapses onto the floor. The casino lights and noises that once energized him now feel harsh and painful. His hotel manager threatens to throw him out. Doyle begs for one more night, but his voice is weak, barely convincing. His body aches, his head burns, and his breath feels heavy. For the first time, he senses he may not survive whatever's happening to him. And just when he's at his lowest, he realizes something terrifying. Lone is gone. He searches for her in casinos, bars, alleyways, all while barely able to walk. People push past him. Taxi drivers ignore him. Doyle feels like he's fading into the background of the city, becoming just another nameless foreigner who lost everything in Macau. The fear he once felt about being caught is replaced by a new fear. Dying alone, far from home, forgotten. His illness worsens. He wanders through the city, coughing, sweating, hallucinating. He thinks he sees Lone's silhouette in crowds, but it always disappears. He calls her name in empty streets. No answer. Doyle feels abandoned, cursed, doomed. Eventually, with no money and nowhere to sleep, he stumbles into the countryside beyond the neon lights fade behind him, replaced by quiet villages and riverbanks. His legs weaken, his vision blurs. He collapses near a quiet rural path, unsure if he's dreaming or dying. This is Doyle Escalapsna. Just physical, but spiritual. His world has stripped him of everything. Luck, hope, sanity, and even the mysterious woman who once gave him a reason to keep going. When Doyle awakens, he is surrounded not by casinos or city noise, but by the peaceful sounds of rural China. The world feels slowed down, soft, as if time itself has paused to let him breathe. Local spas be glancing at him with curiosity, but not fear. They offer him water, simple food, and a place to rest. Doyle is confused. It feels like he has crossed into a different realm, less real, more dreamlike. As days pass, Doyle wanders through fields, along rivers, and through mist-covered pathways. His fever slowly fades, but his mind remains foggy, drifting between reality and something more spiritual. He keeps seeing flashes of Loner, hair blowing in the wind, her eyes filled with quiet understanding. Sometimes he swears she is standing across the river, watching him. When he calls out, she disappears like smoke. One evening, near dusk, Doyle sees her again, this time, clearer than ever. She stands by the riverbank, wearing the same calm expression she always had. She doesn't say anything, but her presence fills him with both fear and comfort. Doyle approaches her slowly, asking the question he has never dared to ask. "Are you real?" Lone does not answer. She simply takes a few steps back, motioning for him to follow. Doyle wades into the shallow water, feeling the current wrap around his legs like a cleansing touch. Lone stands further ahead, her figure reflecting the water. He follows her until he's chest deep, breathing heavily. She whispers softly, "Let go." Doyle feels tears mixing with the river water. Is she leading him to salvation, or to his final moment? The film leaves this uncertain, and the build-up becomes beautifully haunting. Doyle reaches for Lone and the screen fades into silence. Lone has always been the heart of the film's mystery, and in the final act, her true purpose begins to make sense, not through clear answers, but through symbolism. Lone is not just a woman Doyle meets by chance. She represents something far deeper, something the human mind recognizes even when the eyes cannot fully understand. She is a bridge between Doyle's tortured past and the quiet possibility of redemption. Whether she exists physically or only in his fading consciousness is left intentionally ambiguous. Throughout their interactions, Lone behaves unlike anyone else in Doyle's world. She doesn't judge, doesn't seek advantage, doesn't fear him. She simply sees him. And this terrifies him more than any police investigation or debt collector ever could. It is as if she reflects the life he might have lived had he chosen honesty over greed. Her soft tone, her strange knowledge about Doyle, her calm presence in KSL point to a spiritual or symbolic existence rather than a literal one. As Doyle deteriorates physically and mentally, Lone appears at moments when he is closest to giving up. She speaks in metaphors, guiding him toward a truth he has avoided his entire life. Forgiveness is impossible without acceptance. Her final appearance by the river is the moment the audience realizes that Lone is less a woman and more a manifestation of Doyle, a conscious-or, perhaps an angelic force helping him prepare for whatever comes next. Lone's role is to hold a mirror up to Doyle's soul. She doesn't save him, nor does she condemn him. Instead, she leads him to the water, symbolically cleansing, spiritually transformative, and lets him choose his own fate. In the end, Lone becomes not just a character, but the emotional key to understanding Doyle's journey. The ending of Ballad of a Small Player refuses to give us a straightforward answer, and that is precisely where its beauty lies. Whether Doyle lives or dies is left in the shadows, like everything else in his fragmented life. But what the film does offer is a thematic truth. Doyle reaches a point where running is no longer possible. The river scene serves as a symbolic threshold, a moment where he is forced to confront the darkest parts of himself and decide whether he will continue hiding or, finally, surrender to acceptance. If Doyle dies in the river, it is portrayed not as tragedy but as release, a man finally letting go of the weight he has carried for years. His collapse, his illness, his hallucinations, and Lone's increasingly ethereal presence all hint toward a man transitioning from the physical world to something beyond it. The way Lone leads him into the water feels almost like a ritual, a final escort toward peace. But if Doyle lives, the ending suggests a rebirth. The water becomes a cleansing force, washing away the guilt and illusions he has carried. Lone, in this interpretation, is the embodiment of his conscience, guiding him towards self-forgiveness. Emerging from the river would symbolize Doyle beginning life anew, not free from consequences, but no longer enslaved by fear and denial. The ambiguity is intentional. The film wants viewers to decide the meaning based on their own interpretation of Doyle's journey. Did he find redemption through death, through acceptance, through spiritual transformation? The answer shifts depending on how you view his final steps into the river. What remains undeniable is this: Doyle, for the first time in the story, stops running. And in that single moment, whether in life or death, he finally finds a kind of peace that had always been beyond his reach. In the end, Ballad of a Small Player leaves us with a silence, one that lingers long after the final frame fades to black. It's the kind of silence you feel, not hear. The kind that settles inside you like a question, like a memory, like a truth you didn't know you were missing. Doyle's journey through the neon haze of Macau ISNT. Just the story of a gambler chasing luck. It asks the story of a man who lost his way long before he ever stepped into a casino. A man who tried to bury his past under the weight of chips and cards, only to discover that the past is patient and always finds its way home. Throughout the film, we watch as Doyle drifts from one night to the next, drunk, exhausted, hopeful, desperate, a ghost in human form. And yet, within that drifting, the movie whispers something deeper. Every lost soul is searching for something. Some seek fortune, some seek forgiveness. Doyle, without even knowing it, was searching for himself. And perhaps that's why Lone enters his life the way she doth, quietly, softly, like a lantern appearing in darkness. She doesn't save him. She doesn't promise him anything. She simply stands beside him, allowing him to see the truth he has avoided for so long. And the truth is painful. Doyle cannot outrun what he has done. He cannot buy luck strong enough to erase the lives he damaged. But he can confront it, and in the final act, standing at the edge of the river week, trembling, alone, that is exactly what he does. Whether he dies there or walks out reborn is not the question the film wants us to answer. What matters is that, for the first time, Doyle stops lying to himself. He stops running. He allows his past to wash over him, even if it means drowning in it. The river becomes a doorway, a silent verdict, and a gentle embrace all at once. Some viewers will say he dies, others will insist he lives. But whichever interpretation you choose, the emotional truth remains the same. Doyle finds peace, a peace he never believed he deserved, a peace that feels earned, not given. And as the story closes, Lone's presence, real or imagined, becomes a symbol of that final grace. A reminder that even the most damaged human being can find a moment of clarity in the middle of chaos. So as we step out of Doyle's world and return to our own, the film leaves us with one last question. How much of our lives are spent running from the parts of ourselves we're afraid to face? And what would it take for us, like Doyle, to finally stop? Thank you so much for joining us on this emotional and mysterious journey through Ballad of a Small Player. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It truly helps the channel grow and keeps us motivated to bring you more deep dive cinematic explorations. Thanks for watching.